Okay, can everyone hear me? Just give a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, can everyone hear me? Just give a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Ah, just noticed I've got the time wrong. I thought it was 1 till 3. It's actually 2 till 4. So I've just noticed that I'm an hour and 20 minutes early for this event. So I will go back to the other screen while I just get some stuff sorted out in the background. Hello and welcome to Ultimate Pub Quiz. It's Friday, it's time for a big special fat pub quiz from me today. And today I've added 4 different rounds into this quiz. So the quizzes that you will see today include a flag quiz, general knowledge, guess the song, and also a picture round as well. So okay, can everyone hear me? Just give a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, can everyone hear me? Just give a thumbs up in the chat. Just noticed I've got the time wrong. I thought it was 1 till 3. It's actually 2 till 4. So I've just noticed that I'm an hour and 20 minutes early for this event. So I will go back to the other screen while I just get some stuff sorted out in the background. Just noticed I've got the time wrong. I thought it was 1 till 3. It's actually 2 till 4. So I've just noticed that I'm... Let's play with the first quiz of the day, which is the flag quiz hard edition. Now I say hard edition, some of these flags are very, very difficult. You will see a picture of the flag, 7 seconds roughly to guess the answer before the answer is revealed. Do enjoy. Let me know how you get on in the comments. Here's picture 1. Okay, after a little chat with a person who's watching this, we've decided that it's probably not the best idea to go into the quizzes. So I've come away from that. And what I will do instead, actually, is start having a look at the Evony game. I've got a bit of time to sort of mess around there, so that's what I can do. And that is what I will do. So the first thing I need to see is actually if I can hear this. So I'm just going to check. If someone can let me know in the comments whether you can actually hear me or not, that would be great. I'm messing around with the software and I'm not quite sure 100% if you can hear me or not. Okay, so I was messing around with this sound there, just making sure it all worked and everything. And I think that I'm actually good to go now with the Evony game. So like I say, I made a little bit of a mistake in terms of when it was starting. I actually thought it was 1 till 3 my time, but actually I'm an hour early. It's actually 2 till 4, which isn't a problem. That just gives me a chance to have a little look at Evony and the game. And one of the things that I will do is jump into, just 1 second, just going to pull this up, and it'd be really cool. Just 1 second. Yeah, what it would be really cool is if we have a look at some of my battle reports from previous times. So that's what I'm actually going to go and do. And then what we can have a look at is breaking down my battle reports and seeing what exactly I'm doing right and what exactly I'm doing wrong. So let's go into that. First thing I'm going to do is just make sure that I am still auto hunting and stuff as well. So go into the right one, Alliance War, auto join, and I still had 4 hours left on it, but I've now restarted that. So do let me know in the comments where you're from, what server you're from, what kind of thing you're expecting from today, and also do let me know if anyone from your server is competing in today's All-Star Battlefield. That would be great. And then also in the comments you can also ask anything that you might want me to cover on the Evony side of things on the game. So if there's something you need me to go over, then that's something else I can also do as well. So before jumping into the battle reports, 2 things I want to show. I have done videos on them this week, but I'm going to go and do it again just because I think it's very, very beneficial, and I'll probably mention this later as well if the audience grows and there's more people. But I just think it's really, really useful, and that is when we go to the rally spot and we go into our March preset. I am reiterating this because it's just such a good thing that Evony have brought out onto this. And what it is if I go into this and then I want to change all these layers in one go, we don't now have to manually do that. We can actually change that using this option down at the bottom. So let's go and click on to full tiers, and then what we need to do then is if we actually hold down on that same button when you're on full tiers, you then get an option pop up where you can change how many are going to go into each of them layers. So if I said 150, you can see now that the full tiers green box has now changed to 150, and once I click on that, everything is now at 150, which is a real, it really did save a lot of time. We were spending a lot of time changing those layers manually, and it really was painstaking and not cool. But like I say, Evony have now changed that. We now can do what we want on that. I'm going to go and reset all of them, and I will go back into that. And then this one here, this March preset 2 that I've got set up, is actually to hit the Arctic Barbarians, which is going on at the moment, but we are in server war, and I won't be able to hit them at the moment because there is potential there for me to be getting hit by the opposition. And that's a perfect point and a perfect place to start. Let's have a look at how we are getting on in server war. Let's have a look. So I've probably gone past it, haven't I? No, there it is, server war. Okay, so the opposition, server 1509, they have 12 billion and we have 9.5 billion. So we are 3.3 billion behind, and I would be assuming that this is one step too far for us in terms of winning this particular one. So we've got a few people there that are in the list, and we've got some good scores, but I could click on the points lost and see exactly who has lost us the points, but I won't do that. I think that would be a little bit mean, so I won't do that at this moment in time. But what I will do is have a look at the ranking of the enemy server, and then what I want to do is have a look at their power, and we can see at the top there, SPF 151.7 billion, and then if we look at their members in there, we can see there's one on 15.4 billion. There's quite a few of the 9s and the 3s and the things like that. So obviously when they are putting a rally together, that's going to be something that does hurt significantly. So that would be the reason why we're perhaps behind. Maybe people have been caught unaware of a rally. Now, personally myself, I don't think I'm going to get involved in this one. I might do some little bits later in terms of getting a few scores, might pop over to their server, try and kill a few boss monsters, all because I can obviously then get some of these awards here in the Moment of Glory, where I normally am able to complete 8 events, normally. But like I say, what I want to do now is just go and have a look at my battle report. Let's go and have a look at one of my most recent ones. And if we go into PvP, I'm not going to look at the Arctic Barbarians. That was actually the Arctic Barbarians. I did that in a video. And I actually went and hit the 1 billion one. And you can see successfully how bad an attempt that was. That was really, really bad. 5.6 million survived. And I think from a troop buff perspective, nowhere near strong enough. Those are the stats that hit that. So I had an attack of 1971. Someone did mention, actually, with the 1 billion, and this is something that might have just gone over my head, is that I should have been hitting with mounted and not ranged. So if that's correct, let me know in the comments, because I will then at some point try that again and just see what the damage is when using mounted instead of ranged. Let's have a look at an actual battle, though. And I want to find a defense one. Actually, I'll go to my saved, because the saved ones will be pretty cool. So this guy here, Bab the Mags, was 18.7 billion. And I am 2.8 billion, significantly smaller than the Mags. And you can see he lost power 188.8 million. I lost 162.7 million. And I was able to wound 5.2 million of his troops. So from that report there, looks like I did pretty decent on that. Let's go and have a look at the troop buffs. And on the troop buffs, you can see, actually, my range was quite low, actually. And the mounted, I thought, was also a little bit higher than that. That is something I need to check. But you can see from the debuff, the debuff that I did here, 1277 on the attack, 440 on the defense, and 645 on the actual HP as well. So from a debuff perspective, I actually didn't do too bad at all on that. And he sent to me, let's have a look at his attack. His attack is 3461, 3461%. Defense was 2524. And HP was 2679. So from that perspective, not bad. What I would be interested to know is from these troop layers, which I'm now trying to reduce and make myself look even more ideal to be hit. I want to be a more realistic target that people go and try. And I think what I am going to do, I have mentioned it in a video before. So there we can see the lower layers. So 25 million of the mounted. I have 74 million of the T2 mounted. And again, none of these died. And the T1, 243 million, of which 3.9 million were injured, I believe. And then we can go back up there and we can see all the different things here. So just breaking this down, what I am considering doing, and I don't know if it's a good option or not. I've heard some people say yes, you could. Other people are saying no, I don't think it's a good idea. And what that is my power is 2.8 billion, and I'm considering reducing that down. Let me just show you. So in the mounted, in the stables, I have, let's go and have a look. So on the T14s, you can see I've got 3 million. T13s I've got 1 million. And the T12 I've got another million. I don't need them. And I also don't believe I need them for Monster Attack personally. So I'm thinking to myself that because I always join other people's rallies, the bigger people, the stronger people, is it worth getting rid of them higher tiers and just keeping a little back for the world boss and things like that? And then obviously that would reduce the power and also would reduce how much I need to ghost, because I think from what I was reading as a T1 trap, and I'm going to go and have a look at some of the conversations I had with, I think it was Caffrey who I was having a chat with. Let me just go down to go all the way up to the top, and there you can go. So yeah, I was having a conversation with Caffrey, and he was giving me some of the ideas and the things and the points that he was, because he's also a T1 trap, and you can see there 160. I just wanted to try and find out actually. Yeah, so he was explaining to me that ideally I need 500 million T1, 250 million T2, 250 million T3. He doesn't have any of the top troops in his defense, and let's go and have a look at actually his size. So you can see he's 1.5 billion, and what he also does very clever as well is he just puts a level 35 Caffrey there, so that it looks like he's a 35/36, and people are going to jump in and attack. And because I'm not strong enough to be attacking, I think what I will do is definitely consider over the next couple of weeks whether I am going to reduce those high tier troops that I've got, reduce them down, just keep what was mentioned in here, which I'm going to go and have a look back at some point. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I know it's a waste. I know it's I've already built those particular troops, but I just think that from an attacking perspective, I'm never going to be someone that can compete in the kind of battles that we're having at the moment. You've already seen the kind of people who are in our server war, and I'm just not going to be competing with them. And am I going to feel comfortable, even if I was trying to attack someone lower? Am I going to feel comfortable with being unbubbled against those kind of people? And really, I think what I need to do is just reduce that. It reduces. So if I get zeroed, it's reducing how much I have to use in heal speed ups and resources to obviously revive and bring them back, which is obviously a bonus and a plus point. And also I get that bonus and the plus point of being able to actually have more attacks and being that defensive keep, which in turn will give me more points in a server war like this. So it's definitely something I'm really considering, and I think I am going to obviously source some more advice before actually confirming that, but I think that is the route I'm going down. The likes of of Young and Howell and Smoke and Drake, who's going to be in All-Star Battlefield today. They're the big hitters. They're the ones that can do the real damage. And I might turn around and just save a March to join their rallies. So maybe having a 2 mil March of each with the mounted as well. I'm not sure. Again, if you've got any advice on what you would do, please do put that in the comments. So that was that. Another thing I want to do as well, I'm just going to double check something. So I'm just going to go on mute for a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, we are obviously getting closer now to that 2 o'clock starting point for Evony, and I know there's some things I might have to do in the background in regards to stream with Evony themselves. They're sending quite a bit of information on Facebook and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go and get myself set up, and I will be back literally in 5 minutes, where we will be only 45 minutes away from the battlefield starting, and hopefully then as well I'll get a clear indication from Facebook on exactly how this is going to work. I've not done this before, so this is all brand new to me. I will be looking to get people involved in the comments and things as well. So if there's anything that you know or you've seen before previously, did try to watch a few videos, then please do let me know that in the comments. So like I say, I will be back in literally 5 minutes, and then we will start the countdown for the 15th All-Star Battlefield on Evony. See you in 5. Okay, so we are 45 minutes away from the stream starting. If you've only just joined, I actually got the timings wrong. I thought it was 1 till 3 my time local, but actually it was 2 till 4. So I'm a fantastic 1 hour early when I actually didn't need to be, but that's fine. It's not a problem. So this is my first ever stream that I will be doing with the Evony Battlefield. So there may be the odd hiccup here and there, which is fine. I'm hoping you can all hear me quite well in the comments. So please do let me know if that is an issue, as I have got everything on mute and won't be able to hear it myself personally. So let me just... Sorry, I'm sorting things out in the background as well, because in 15 minutes or so, I believe Facebook will be... Not Facebook, Evony will be messaging to say, have I got all the stream up and working? Which it looks like I do. And yeah, so... Oh, yep, we've got someone there mentioning that you can hear me. So that is fantastic. Thank you, Laura, for that. So yeah, today is all about the 15th All-Star Battlefield. And it will be interesting, and I'll wait for the actual event to start if you've not seen anything like this before, because obviously being able to see exactly what I'm talking about is a lot easier rather than me talking without being able to physically show you what's going on. But we can have a look at all the people that will be competing today. So let's go to the All-Star Junior Battlefield, which is the top 801 to 1200. And we can see that we've got lots of different servers all participating and taking part in the different ones. And I am in the Heart of Galaxy server 1352 plus. So let's have a look at who we can see in there. So these are the people that are in the Eagles team. And then we have the horses. And you can see we've got quite a few people in there as well. In terms of power, we've got Bloodlust at 20.1 billion. On the other one, it was Firefly with 23.6 billion. And then we've got Brother Tyler with the Bears on 20 billion. And then the Lions, we've got Fahihi on 18.5 billion. So it's going to be a very interesting battle, that one, for Group A on the 1352. And on Group B, we've got Hiro.Tomo at 21.5 billion, being the powerfulest there in the Eagles. In the horses, we've got Alexandro, who is 20.2 billion. So you're kind of getting the idea here. They're all around that 20 billion mark for competing in this. And there we have Calidris, Alba and Banana 001, 17.5 billion. That's Group B. I'm not obviously going to go through all of them. That would be crazy and very, very boring for everyone out there. So that is definitely not something I'm going to do. But it's just a case of having a look at and seeing if you notice your name pop up. That would be also very, very interesting. Now, I do know, and I'm just going to go back to my messages, because I believe that I should mention this, but I'll also turn around and say that I understand it's possibly not the greatest rewards in the world. But as they say, everything is a bonus and can help. But according to this, you can leave your ID on the channel and comment to participate. And then what will happen then is anyone who has, they will be rewarded 5,000 gems, a 24-hour speed up, 2 runestone chests, and 60 refining stones. So if that's something that you would be interested in receiving, then of course you can do that by leaving your gamer ID, your Evony ID, in the comments. So let's go and continue with this. So this is Group C. You can see all the different ones we've got there. I'm not sure who is going to be the favourites overall in these different things. I think there's a lot that obviously takes into consideration when playing these things. There's Group D. Don't want to miss anyone out on that one. and 18.2 billion there for Joe. We've got Wad on 19 billion, Inbound 15.7 billion. So there's definitely going to be some interesting things happening with that. So that's the All-Star Junior Battlefield. We've also got there was obviously a lot of servers that I didn't go into, but also as well with the All-Star Elite Battlefield. Let's have a look at the kind of powers that we're talking in here. And you can see that power significantly increases on this one with Group A, where we have a 49.1 billion in the Eagles team. So that person looks substantially bigger than the other ones there. And we've got a 19.9, 17.3 and an 18.1. So that is quite significant. I don't know how you pronounce that. Best. Apologies if I didn't even get close to that. But 49.1 billion, you definitely look like you are powers, head and shoulders above everyone else in that particular battle there. Then we've got the Group B, where we have Caneo, 22.3 billion. We've got a 23.5 billion Kato, and Mulop 24.4, and then we've got Spring 20.1. And Team C, did we have anyone else approach that 49 billion? Doesn't look like it. It was definitely a big increase there, and I would imagine they are looking very strong for going through to the next round if you are on that team. So, was it on Group B, was it? No, it wasn't. It was on Group A, wasn't it? Group A. So, yeah, if you're on this team here, the Eagles, you're fancying your chances today, definitely. Let's go and have a look at the top one, and that is All-Star Constantinople Ultimate War Season. This was for the people that finished in the top 100, top 400. And yeah, so what I want to do there, we actually have someone from our alliance in this one as well, and that is Drakeston. Although I'm not sure which. There he is, number 16, Drakeston, server 1429. So server 1429, that's the server that I'm in. So wishing all the best of luck to Drakeston in that battle today, and hopefully we can see some footage of that later on. Power wise, what we got here? So in the top one, 96.3 billion, Blue Plague. Ouch, Drakeston, you're on a good team. So we've also got the horses as well. Ali Bra, 53.6 billion. We've got Portman Square, 43.9 billion. And then Quest Finder, 37.3 billion. That was for Group A. Group B, is anyone pushing the 96s? 72 was quite close. Group C, let's have a look at this one. 67.7 billion, so solid. Nice power there. I'm assuming most of that is serious troops. I'm assuming. Like they've got to have 5 billion of T1s and 2s. I don't know. It's a crazy amount in terms of power. And of course there are other things that go into that with the incredible incredible equipment that these people will have as well. Group C, did we look at that? Yes, we did. Group D, we've got a 46.1 billion, 56.5, 35.5 and a 41 billion. What I'm really interested in though, shall we have a look at the first servers? Servers 2 to 3, 6 ace. I bet we are going to see in Lord of Domination some crazy powers. So let's go and have a look. Team A, what we got? We've got 139.3 billion MMZ. We've got a Jim Sack is on 137.1. We've got Clark Hound on 105.2. And we've got OZR on 128 billion. So the highest we've seen so far is that 139.3 billion from MMZ. We are 35 minutes away from the battlefield starting, and we will continue just having a look at these. So Group B, we've got 105.5 billion, 128.1 billion with the old classic Rally Me I can assure you no one is rallying you. 83.4 billion for Makoko. And then off slowly finishes that off in Group B with 93.4. Let's go to Group C. Anyone going to take the mantle of being the biggest power? Dubs, 97.4. OXD, 96.8. We've got Caramel, 137.6. I don't think you quite made it. 137.6 versus 139.3. And then let's go and have a look at the last one, which is Group D. Aura, 105.5 billion. We've got 100 billion with Psycho, 108 billion with Death, and 136 again, 0.3 billion from Server 185, and that's for Waggy Munster. So some crazy powers there. I wouldn't imagine those powers would be any different on the different battles, but let's have a look anyway. So as you can see, we're down at the 60s and the 50s, which is exactly what I would have been thinking, but I just thought I'd have a check just in case there was that random person who wasn't competing and didn't make it to the top echelons of the battle. But it looks like 60 and 50 is where we're at with this. And so, yeah, so some incredible powers, some incredible people that will be playing today. And it will be very, very interesting indeed. Now, I am expecting in the next 5 minutes or so some communication with Evony themselves in regards to me doing the live stream today. So if I do suddenly go quiet or silent, rest assured I will be back very, very soon. But just to keep you in the loop, just in case that does happen. Now, let's go into the live itself. I'm just trying to see if we've got here. Yeah, Evony is known for a fair and great balancing. Yes, they are, definitely. We've seen that one before, 100%. There is just sometimes the power balance is definitely a lot different and a lot crazy. So this is the moment where we're getting there. So I'm going to mention again, actually, very, very quickly. There was a couple of points I just wanted to point out. I will mention this again throughout. I just want to make sure people are aware. If you are in the rally spot and you are going in there and you are going into March preset and you are changing your layers all the way down, let's do it on this one first, and you are manually typing these in, please don't do that anymore. You do not need to. You can just go down here, and then once you click on that layers and you've got it to the full tiers, hold that button down again. This will then pop up, and then you can actually put in exactly how many you want in each layer. It's a definite time saver. It's a definite stop on the grind of having to do that before. But yeah, it absolutely does save a lot of time. And like I say, as soon as you hit that 150 and then you go and click on that green button with the 150, all those 150s are put in there for you. So that is how you do that. And like I say, just a brilliant, easy way to get all your presets done a lot quicker than we had to do in the past. And then the other one I wanted to show you is in items. If we go to the end and we scroll all the way down to those wonderful relic maps, which I'm going to go and hopefully find very soon as I drag myself down. Lots of things, but there will soon be a relic map. Here we go. This is where we want to be. And so these are the relic maps here, the treasure maps they are called. And if you actually compose them all the way up, you can actually see you can end up with the ancient relic map. And with the ancient relic map, of course, you are able to gather the relics a lot quicker in one of them. So if you haven't got that in your alliance, or people are not making them, and you've got a load of the treasure maps in the background, you can compose them all the way up to the ancient relic, and then you can do that to gather them easily. We are at 31 minutes away now, so we're definitely getting close. I haven't had no confirmation from Facebook yet in regards to anything I need to do differently. I actually am still very unsure as to how I actually enter into the live stream. I am assuming, and someone might be able to correct me, I am assuming that this will all open up in 30 minutes and I would be able to go into there. I've never actually watched an All-Star Battlefield. So is it something that we can all watch? Is it something that you can only watch via the live streams that Evony are asking for the streamers to do? I don't know. I don't know if you are able to... Am I able to just click in and out and look at different ones as I go along? Let me know in the comments, because if I can do that, that would be really, really cool. I'd enjoy that, actually. If I was able to not specifically be tied to the one battle, but also able to see what else is going on in the other ones as well. That would be pretty cool, but probably not available, I'm assuming. I don't know. So, by ZQ, meanwhile, us playing server versus server with 3 times K40s versus 3 times 43 and a 44. There is that unbalancing that you was talking about. That is pretty cruel indeed. Honestly, how have they even worked that out? I really don't know. Also, I noticed as well, I don't know if this actually does anything, but there is some lovely little heart icons and emojis that we can click on in the chat. And I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe that it might work in the similar way to TikTok. And I'm just tapping the heart icon over and over and over and over again. I actually don't know if it's doing anything, to be perfectly honest. But I am tapping it in the hope that maybe it makes my stream get out there more and people can see it more. I'm not sure. But it's something that I'm doing. And if anyone else is just getting a bit bored and fancies doing some finger clicking, then please do. It might help. I don't know. Genuinely don't know. What else have we got? Let's have a look at the situation on my keep and my accounts. So this is where I'm at. One of the things that I do think is pretty good, I've got my... let's go and have a look at the generals, and I'm going to have a look at my subordinate city ones. So these are all my subordinate city generals, and you can see they're not too bad. They're not brilliant, obviously. I'm only 2.8 billion. But in terms of debuffing, I got Narcissus actually a couple of weeks ago, and his stats, Hammer of the Goths, reduces enemy ground troops attack by 50% and enemy ground troops and mounted troops defense by 40%, which is pretty awesome. I would love to get him again. I'll probably never see him again. I don't even know where I got him from, to be honest. He must have come in some kind of special promotion or something that Evony was doing. I also have as well Darius, and Darius reduces enemy ground troops attack by 35%, enemy ground troops and mounted troops HP by 20%, and that actually gives me a decent debuff against people who are sending ground at me. Obviously the norm is the ranged, unless people are now doing the rallies, and that's obviously something that I have to be very careful of. We are facing much bigger people now, and rallies can seriously zero you very quick. But that's the situation on my subordinate city generals. I've got some decent little buffs in there. What I also have as well, if we go to my generals and we just have a look at the duty generals, I've also got a few of these ascended up to quite a decent level. Some of them where I thought there's no point, i.e. hospital officer. I think I can literally ascend him quite high. I've got 331 of his fragments, but I just thought at the moment my ascension, my blood of Ares can be spent in a different place, which is going to give me more benefits than this particular guy does. And we've also got the specialities as well. I don't think I've done much work on the specialities with the duty generals or the subordinate city generals, and that is probably something I'm going to have to look at. Let's have a look at this guy. I've done quite well with him. Okay, so if we could just keep clicking across. So I've got quite a bit done. I've got the purples on this side of things, but I do think that on the duty generals I haven't done too much on the duties. Let's have a look. So I've done a little bit on him. Yeah, you can see there's quite a few here. I'm not sure kind of what buffs they are going to be doing. But if we go into specialities, and we've got the siege machine attack and things like that. What else have we got? We've got some training speed. No, we've got some training speed. So again, yeah. So it might be one of those where I've looked at them and thought, no, again, the specialities and the runestone chests that come with that are better spent elsewhere at the moment. So that is for that. So what I'm going to do now, we are 25 minutes away from the event starting. I'm going to make myself a very good English cup of tea, builder's tea, which will be absolutely beautiful and nothing like the tea you get in America. Apologies to the Americans, but your tea is very milky. So I'm going to go and do that. I will be back in literally less than 5 minutes, and we should be getting pretty close then to the countdown for the event to start. So I will be back in literally 5 minutes. Okay, welcome back to the live stream. I am getting ready. Still not had any notification from Facebook in regards to what and how I do with starting this. So it should be, I'm just hoping it's a straightforward jump into that box. Let me just get rid of that 5 minutes. My cup is made. I've got it. Okay, so let's go over to the game again, which is here. And yeah, I'm assuming, again, if you do know, please do let me know in the comments. I'm assuming that I just go into All Star here, and when this opens in 11 minutes time, I would be able to enter in, I believe. Did it say anything in information? Competition consists to enter the season ranking the player must. Okay. Yeah, I actually don't know. So if someone wants to let me know in the comments on how that actually works, that would be fantastic, because we're 10 minutes away and I don't know. So never done this before. I've never done the live All-Star Battlefield, and I've never actually watched the event previously as well. So this is something that's all very, very new to me. How many people we got? We've got 38 people watching. Good luck to Roma from Sharon. Good luck to Roma from me as well. So yeah, absolutely. What server's that? What server and what competition are they in? We've also, what else was I going to ask as well? I wanted to know actually what server you are from and what keep you are as well. That'd be brilliant, just to get an understanding of what and how you are doing on the game. And how long have you actually been playing it? I spoke to someone the other day actually, and they were saying that they've been free to play for 5 years. And I think that's very, very impressive. I really do. 5 years is a long time. And I do believe as well that you have to actually give Evony some credit for that. For the fact that they are able to keep hold of the free-to-play players for so long. Because there's a lot of games that I've played in the past, such as Lords Mobile, King of Avalon, Guns of Glory, and I don't feel that the free-to-play stick around. So the fact that someone has stuck around for that long is incredible. And if you're free to play and you've been playing for longer than a year, then please do let me know in the comments, because I do think that's really, really impressive. I've spent some money on the game, I really have. I haven't spent crazy like the bigger people do, but you know, I've spent within my means, and that's exactly what I've done. So yeah, where are you? What is your level? And have you got any tips actually while we're here that you can throw into the comments that might just randomly help another player to become better? One of the things I was talking about actually before I went to make my cup of tea, was the fact. Sorry, we was looking at my generals. That was what I was doing. I was looking at my duty generals. I haven't really spent much in terms of specialities on these people. I don't believe. I think it can be spent better elsewhere. I did get this person randomly pop up within the last couple of weeks, and she increases healing speed by 10%, and also the in-city range troops and siege machines attack and defense by 25% when she is the Holy Palace officer. So she is someone that also now helps with that, with those buffs that I'm collecting up, and I am really starting to collect up some nice buffs. If you've only just joined, I'm just going to show you a battle report from one of my most recent ones, and this was with the defense against mags from BAB. And yeah, let's have a look at this particular report. So 18.7 billion, I'm 2.8 billion. They took power wise off me 162.7, and they lost 188.8. Their buffs, let's have a look at what their buffs were. Actually, I just want to make sure, yeah, all the subordinate cities were in that. They had to be, otherwise I'd have probably been zeroed. Okay, so the ranged attack, or siege actually, which one did he send? He sent, looks like he sent lower, didn't he? Probably why I wasn't hurt so much, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, siege machine. He sent T11 is what he sent. But that's let's go back to that them debuffs that was going on. So from this, so he had siege 3,908%. So that was pretty big. His defense was 2931, HP 3130. Mine, there you can see all the different buffs that I have. And the mounted, I still feel actually on the mounted that I feel that's quite low. I don't know what else other people looking at that particular battle report think, but I think for 1469 it should be a little bit higher than that. I honestly believe that. So that is something that I'm going to go and have a look at. Defense 1779, HP 1436, but this is where I sort of get involved here and really hold my own, is because my debuffs, if you actually, he sent siege and my debuff there was 15% defense and HP, nothing to write home about. Do need to do a bit more work on that, but from a debuff perspective, that's where I sort of, I feel like I'm doing okay on that. Good luck, everyone, said Laura. Thank you. So, yeah, good luck to everyone who's involved today. Absolutely. I know there's going to be a lot of people involved. There's going to be a lot of people wishing that they do very, very well in this particular All-Star Battlefield. And it would be nice to know, actually, if there's anyone who is watching that has competed in this before. As I take a sip of my tea and try and move away from the microphone. I'm not a slurper, but it can still sound a little bit weird through a microphone that is so close to me. Okay, so what else have we got? We are 6 minutes away. The team has set up your account as a spectator. After the match starts, re-log in, click the map icon to leave your keep, then you will enter the battlefield as a spectator. There we go. The team has set up your account. After the match starts, re-log in. Click the map icon to leave your keep. Then you will enter. Okay, we will try that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that correctly, but let's keep my fingers crossed. Okay. Someone has said they can only hear me breathing. That was on Reddit. Is that actually true? Do let me know, because that is not what I want to be doing on the stream. Maybe I need to move the microphone a little bit more away from me. Do let me know. I do have a heavy breath. I'm not going to lie. It's one of those things. I'm not as fit as I used to be. I'm 46 years old. I'm type 1 diabetic, and yeah, I need to get fitter. I'm looking at Groot, actually. I've got a little image of Groot. Little cuddly thing, and he's looking at me, and he's thinking the same as well. So yeah, I don't want to be heavy breathing. So please do let me know if that is something that's coming across on the microphone. Please let me know. Okay, so the team has set up your account. After the match starts, re-log in. Okay, so that's what I've got to do in 4 minutes' time. We're getting closer and closer. We are getting closer. We still have 38 people watching by the looks of it. I believe, if I'm looking at this right. This is my second live stream ever. So, as you can appreciate, gone up to 45 now. As you can appreciate, this is something very new to me. So, there's a few nerves playing around in the background there. But, we've all got to test the waters with these things. And I just love playing these games. I really do. I've played quite a few of these style games in the past. I've played King of Avalon, Guns of Glory, Lords of Mobile, very early edition Final Fantasy. Played a brilliant game actually called Iron Throne, which I absolutely loved until it got wrecked by the new owners, the new developers who bought that. I won't mention who they are, but they did change the name to Rise of Firstborn, and the game was never the same. And the reason being actually was because there was a bug that allowed certain people who were on within a 2-hour window to go crazy power. It would be like having a 2-hour window on Evony and you going from 2 billion keep to a 36 billion keep. And it was only the people that were on at that time that were able to do this. And the punishment, it wasn't a punishment because it wasn't the player's fault, but what they did is they couldn't take it back off them. So what they did is they gave everyone else minus them rewards that weren't even close. It took me from 2 billion to 3 billion, that kind of thing. And the game was just never the same after that. It really wasn't. Brilliant game though, really is. One of those games that I'm going to actually have a look at in the future. I haven't looked at it now for a good 12 months. But Rise of Firstborn was a really, really good game. Especially when Netmarble owned it. When Netmarble had it, it was a decent game. And I keep looking out for Netmarble because there were rumours that they were going to do Game of Thrones. And it doesn't look like they. I mean, this has been in the pipeline for a few years, 3 years, and there's still nothing that's come close to being released. So, don't know if that's something that's not happening anymore. Will I be streaming the Major League? I genuinely have no idea how this works. So, all I know is in 1 minute's time, I've got to log off this particular screen and then re-log back in and see whatever the instructions from Evony gave me is how it works. So that's what I'm going to do. Literally any moment now. And while I do that, what I will do in the meantime is just switch to my classic thumbnail that I made yesterday. I kind of like it, it's not too bad. And then I will do the logout in this. Let's have a look. Okay. So yeah, just bear with me a second while I just log back out and log back in. We are officially past 2 o'clock. The streams have now started. Or should I say the battles have now started. My stream has started, but I haven't actually logged it correctly. So, let's go to this. Let's log back in. And follow the instructions given to me by Evony. And if it all works without an issue or any hiccups, that would be amazing. So keeping my fingers crossed. Okay. My liege, the All-Star Battlefield has opened. You can watch the wonderful... Okay. Confirm. Oh. And where it's there you go. I'm logged in as a spectator. Where am I though? That's the question. I don't actually know which event I'm in, so just bear with me a second. So this is something out of my control here. I am looking at Eagle, Stallion, Bear and Lion, and this looks like we've got all our players over there. So this is the one team over here. This is Eagle that are there and ready. Let me just see if I can see. Don't know if I had Drakeston. Can anyone see Drakeston? I'm not sure. Go Roma. Yes, go Roma. You can do this. I believe in you. So that's the Eagle team. So there's quite a few there. You can see we've got a couple of 42s, 43s. There. I can see a 44 there as well. 45 Blue Plague. So I would imagine they're going to be pretty strong, pretty decent. Who else have we got? Yeah, okay. So I'm just having a look at who is around. Let's go back to the battlefield map. And let's go across to this side. These are the Stallions. So if you can see your name there, then congratulations. We've got a 44 I can see there. We've got Ali Bra, 45. There you are. So there's a couple of 45s that will be battling in this as well. Let's go back to the battlefield map. Let's go to the other side. And who have we got over here? These are the Bears. And if you see your name, congratulations. I can also see again another 45. Portman Square. Who do you think's going to win this battle? Can't see anything. Have I not got it on the right thing? I am such an idiot. Sorry. Thank you. I haven't got it on the right thing, have I? It would help if I'm doing a stream and I actually took it back to what was going on. So apologies for that. Thank you for letting me know in the comments about that. So now you should see something. Could you imagine if I'd have not looked at my phone and seen that I was not doing anything properly there? I told you there'd be a hiccup. There couldn't not be a hiccup. Yes, don't worry, it's fixed. It's fixed. Basically, I'm using a piece of software where you switch to all the different screens as and when you're doing the different things. And yeah, I didn't switch back to the screen. I left it on that one when I was going to sort out what I needed to do. So yeah, apologies for that. You should now, within the next moment, I know there is a little delay. But yeah, you should be now able to see what's going on. Fingers crossed. Let me just actually go back out of this as well. I'm just going to go back into my YouTube so that I can see that as well, because what a clever thing to do. Let's go into this. 244 views. Whoa. Okay, let's go back in. Okay, you should now officially be able to see what's going on. Do let me know as well if there's any issue with the sound quality as well. Like I say, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to jump back and I'm going to do that all over again. So this is the Eagles team. And you can see we've got there the 45 that I mentioned earlier, Blue Plague. And we've got also quite a few 44s and 43s, 44s. And it's 10 seconds till battle time. So I'm not going to do anything at the moment. I'm just going to let that timer run down. And then what I'm going to do is I will continue to run through the teams. I am a little bit disappointed that I sort of did that. So let's go to the battlefield map. Let's see how quick I can see people before they all teleport to their random areas. So this is the Stallion team, and you can see that we've got the different people there. And let's go quickly over to this one as well. And this is for the Bears. And again, I said there was a 45 there, Portman Square. There's also a few others involved as well. And, oh, we're already started with the... So we're already getting people starting with all the different rallies and things like that. So those kind of things are now starting to happen. Actually, will I be able to get to see any of these battle reports? I do apologise. I've not done this before, so I will not know what I can see and what I can't see. Let me go into the... have I got... I'm just having a look. I just want to see if I can see different reports. So this is the current score anyway. This is the live score for this particular battle. And we've got Eagle that are already powering ahead of Lion. 14,338. And you can see there that we've also got the different people with the scores as well. So Sapphire Sky is already on 9,700. Blue Plague 2,000. We've got a few of the people there. And you can see actually quite a good involvement actually from Eagles, that they are able to... Hang on, let me just see if I can do this better. I'm scrolling with a mouse and it's not working that great, I will be honest. So yeah, so this is the scores at the moment. And yeah, so we've got all the different teams as well. Let's go and see where all these battles are taking place. So where are we at? Let's go and have a look. So we can see there's already some damage going on. I mean, literally, look at the green lines going crazy. Literally. You can see all the different peoples. And this is what it's like. This is what it's like. We're at the rally hall here. And it's just absolute chaos, isn't it, at the beginning? Where, you know, we've already got someone zeroed there. We can see Mark Knights has already got his burning. We've got a level 42 Shambhava is also burning. You can see that the 41s, all of these, thank God I'm not in this, I'm telling you. I would be absolutely way out of my league on this. So, yeah, the thing I'm not genuinely sure of, so I can see actually in the top corner there, I've got Eagle. Like, that's my team, Eagle. But am I able to see any battle reports? I don't know if I can. So that's the current map at the moment. Let's go back into that so you can see there's a lot of red there and the scores are really flying. Eagles 100,000, Stallion 69,000. We've also got Bear on 13,000, not really in the running at the moment, and Lion on 56,000. So a very, very fast start indeed for the teams that are taking part. So what do I want to do? I want to go back to where all the action is, and the action is all over here. This is where everyone is going, and we can see what I was trying to do was to see if I could in any way see battle reports, which is a shame. I'd need someone to share them in here really, wouldn't I, in the chat. And at the moment you can see it's completely full with people setting all the different rallies, and that's all I'm going to see all the way down here, isn't it, really, is all the different rallies. So let's go up. I'm just going to see if I can see any of these battle reports. And then you've got all the people there that are saying their things in what they're doing and how they're doing at the early doors on that. I'm just trying to see, just scroll down to see if I can see any of the battle reports. No one's shared anything in there at the moment. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's something that someone else knows that's watching as to who and what as in what I can do on the Battlefield side of things and what I can see, because at the moment I genuinely can't see any Battlefield reports. So I'm just hoping someone shares something. Maybe we can see something that way. So where are we on the scores? We're at 10 minutes in, and the score detail is, there you go, Eagle are on 235,000. Stallion are doing pretty decent as well, 145,000. Bear look like they are struggling. They are in last place with 34,000, and Lion are on 159,000. But Eagle have taken a good 80,000+ lead over Lion, which is a very decent start. And we've got Blue Plague there, who is in first place on 33,825. We've got Ali Bra for the Stallions, who's on 27,548. And then we've got quite a few of the Lions there as well, with Crown, Jenna Boom. And then we've got MD Kent in 5th for Eagles, Sapphire Sky and Cos. But let's have a look at all the scores here, if it lets me scroll up nicely. So that if you can see your name in there, is it just the top 25 that we can see? No, we can see more than that. Okay. So, yeah, there's quite a few people down, and a lot of people getting involved. There really is a lot getting involved. I'm not quite sure as to what has happened with the Bears, because they really do seem quite low at this moment. Okay, so yeah, very decent start by Eagle. Like I say, also as well, Evony are talking about something reward-wise that can be sent out to all the people that are watching, and all you need to do is leave your Evony ID in the comments. So if you are watching and you want some very minimal rewards, it's Evony, let's be honest, then of course all you need to do is leave your ID in the chat, and we can then sort that out as well. So we've got, it looks like Eagle are really doing well here. Let's have a look at the battlefield map to see anything else that's going on. So obviously I've got I can see all the different ones there, but I can't see obviously the enemy and where they've all gathered. But let's go to Constantinople, see if anyone's around here. I'm just intrigued as to where all the others are. Here we go. So this is where Bear are taking part, and they've got all their people all by the Battlefield Hospital. And let's click on this again, and this time let's go to where shall we go? We will go over here, and this is where Stallions are. So the Stallions, who were doing pretty decent, I think, on the scores, 234,000, not doing too bad, although they're starting to fall a little bit behind Lion, and of course Eagle, 371,000 are doing incredible in terms of where they are at. So at this stage, if you are watching this at this stage and you've seen this early start, who do you think is going to be pulling away and going with the wind? Do you think Eagle are holding on? Are Lion in any position to potentially pull that back? One of the things I do notice with Lion in the scores is there's a lot of people that are involved in there. So, maybe there is a chance of those people coming back. Tyler, good luck. That's from Vlada Demore. If I said that correctly, I hope I did. So, yeah, all the best to Tyler and whatever team they are competing on. Okay, so that was the Stallion. So there's only one we've missed now, isn't there? So where are we going for that? Let's go to... Sorry, just checking something. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so where are we going? We are going to go and have a look at this one over here. Taking a random guess as to where people could be. We've got a 38 over here. Oh, looks like they are going to be not surviving much longer. I wouldn't have thought. So they are 2.6 billion. 2.6 billion. And obviously you can imagine people are looking at that and saying, yes, please, let me get involved with that. And let's go back to where all my team is. I say my team. They're not my team. They're not. They're just who I'm part of with the looking. So, yeah, look at this. This is crazy, isn't it? So we've got the Lions and the Eagles now. They are competing, and obviously now, side by side. They are literally, and I mean, this is crazy. If you've never seen this before, the battlefield, obviously, primarily, it's about fighting each other, but you also get the different buildings that you can occupy, and you can earn your points from there. But you can see here, Eagle and Lion, they are going hammer and tongue at each other, and they're just the rallies are probably being made within 3, 4, 5 seconds. I don't know if any of them are actually on Discord, but that's normally a way that this kind of thing is done. But it's a case of you are going to be looking at. Let's go back to the messages on chats, and you can see. Let's have a look. You can see these. It's Blue Plague who's starting all of these rallies, and Blue Plague is, and you've literally got seconds, no messing around, because some of these people are just jumping really quick. They're getting reinforced really quick, so it's a case of as fast as you can. It is literally chaos for 2 hours. That is what this All-Star Battlefield really is. I'm just literally scrolling down here, just in case someone had shared a report, which I don't think is the case. It would have been interesting to see what kind of buffs these people had. But again, nothing being shared. Maybe that's something that I just don't have access to. I'm not sure. I'd have thought potentially someone would have shared a report or something by now. But no, it doesn't look like I am going to see that. That's my private chats whisper. Oh no, I don't want to search. Okay, so some beautiful castles as well, and that makes me really, really jealous because I spent a little bit of money on this game and I've never got myself a decent castle, and it's something I've always wanted is a decent castle. And yeah, I've just never had the luck. And some of these castles are incredible, aren't they? They've also got a very much a King of Avalon look, which I used to play back in the day with all the different castle designs and everything that you can see there. So again, we can see all these rallies. You can see literally all the green arrows and the white arrows that are fighting at each other and sending at rapid speeds. And let's go back to the scorelines and see if anything has actually changed. Let's go and have a look at that. 617,000 Eagle are on. Stallion 384, they're starting to fall behind a little bit. Bear 155,000 and Lion in second place 485, but now 130,000 down from the beginning. But Crown is in first place overall with 93,466 from server 1637. Blue Plague, who seems to be setting a lot of the rallies for Eagle, is on 75,000 from server 1502. And then we've got Ali Bra for Stallion. So it looks like those are the three rally setters. And Ali Bra is on 58,732 from server 1427. But the scores and the zeroing of castles, it's all there. It's all going crazy. It really is. Like I say, the only thing that I would have preferred is if I could have genuinely seen some of the battle reports. That would have been useful, but unfortunately it's just one of those things I can't. So, but I will keep checking in relation to that. So, don't forget as well, I'm going to mention it again, the rewards are minimal, but Evony are giving rewards for people watching the stream. You just need to leave your Evony ID in the comments. So, what we got? We got 53 people watching. 53 people. I hope you are all well, and I hope that you are finding the battle very, very intriguing, because I just don't know. We're only 20 minutes in, but 20 minutes in, and Eagle are now 150,000 ahead. So they are literally starting to pull away. They really are. We've got Stallion on 470, who seem to be making a little bit of I don't know if they're closing or not. I'm going to keep an eye on that. 80,000 difference between Stallion and Lion. Maybe now people are settling into their ways in regards to setting the rallies, being involved in the rallies. I'm sure there's also a lot of people that are doing a lot of healing. I can imagine there is a lot of heal speed ups being used in this battle. Some of it might be worth it, some of it might not, I don't know. Obviously, they are all vying for a place in next week's semi-final on the Saturday, with the final, I believe, taking place on the Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So, just want to just go and have a check now. Just going to jump back into the home screen. I just want to see if there is anything different at all in what it looks like over here, or everything is just the same. I think everything is just the same. There's no difference in there. Let's click onto Battlefield in here. Click onto All-Star. Just intrigued as to whether you could see different things in here. Okay, Sharon, I will make sure that's passed on. So, what have we got? I just wanted to see if we could see anything. I know it did say, now I don't know if I'm able to do this myself, but I know in the Battlefield Live, you can watch the wonderful live video of the competition through the following links. And I'm assuming my link would be in there to watch that, but I won't be able to obviously change for that. Creative Descent Woodworks has said, go Eagle. I'm rooting for you, Leo, and I think you can be safe in the knowledge that, to be fair, they are the ones in charge here. It really does look like that. Oh, there's my lonely castle being part of the occupying logs. Let's have a look at that. No, okay. I just wondered what that was. That was. I thought I'd found something then, but I haven't. Okay. Back to the battlefield map. We will go to where all the action is, and the action is definitely, without a doubt, all centered around here. And there is lots of burning going on. In fact, actually, what's that? Let's see if we can see. We've got a 41, 43 there. Sapphire Sky, they're burning. We got, what else have we got? 42s. So there's a lot of 42s being burnt. Angel and Demon, I think they're still fighting. What's their power? Let's click on Angel and Demon. Look at their detail. 28.2 billion. Over here, who we've got burning over here? We've got a lot of the 42s burning. We've also got, obviously, the smaller castles that are also being dealt with there. Blue Plague, you could see that. The kind of people that are all joining these rallies in seconds. Honestly, literally. I thought we did really well as a server 1429 when we were competing in Battlefield, the BOG and the BOCs. But this is probably on another level again. And it would be interesting to know as well what's going on with those other events elsewhere. There's going to be a lot of live streams going on, I think. And look at the speed of that. There you go. There's an example now. A rally's been set, and you can see just how fast people are joining. It's like seconds. And then what we're going to do now, so you can see now everyone's joined, and then boom, off it goes. Super, super quick. And those rallies will be sent in seconds. It really will. And you can see as well, if we have a look at this, you can see people are starting the alliances there. So there's another one starting. It's on level 41, Sir Oliver. And you can see all the different people, how quick they're joining. In fact, actually, we'll do that as an example. I'm going to wait for another battle to be started. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that, and we're going to see just how fast people get into these things. So I'll wait for the next one to start. But again, you can see 14 seconds ago this was set, and 24 seconds ago, and people are in. They're ready, and it's been sent. It's off it goes. Super, 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 super quick. So there you go. Look at that. And that was this rally here. It went so fast in 3 seconds that I didn't even get a chance to click on and see the speed of it. So you kind of get a good idea there, and it's gone. And that's why I can no longer see it, because that's been sent. So you can see just how quick these rallies really, really are set. And you've got to be on your toes all the time, not just from an attacking perspective, but also from a defensive point of view as well. Because if you are being rallied, and you can see how quick, again, there you go, zoom, 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 and literally, I reckon you've got 10 seconds maximum before that's sent. So you as a defender have got a maximum of 10 seconds to make sure that you've got everyone back in your keep, ready to teleport away as fast as you can. So again, just crazy, 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 crazy speeds. It'll be interesting to know if I ever make it to one of these, and I think the answer will be a resounding no. So, but you never know. You never know. It would have been really nice, actually. So we did see a 38 earlier, actually, didn't we? It'd be interesting to know what kind of smaller keeps or the free-to-play, if they got involved in this, and where and how they managed to do that. So we've got another one there. Blue Plague is sharing coordinates. So that'll be another one that they're going for. Raptor, I've got you. That ID will be sent across to Evony as well. I think they just view my live stream and just, I don't know if I've got to take a screenshot maybe of the ID, but I will be able to send that to Evony for some rewards to be offered. I'm going to be honest, like I say, the rewards are not great. I'm not going to lie. But at the end of the day, every little helps. And that's all I can say for that. So, who else have we got? So this is Lion. Let's have a look at Lion actually and see how fast they are setting their ones. So it was, who's the rally setter? Where am I looking? There we go. Is it Quest Finder? It looks like Quest Finder is the rally setter. It's where everyone seems to be zooming. So yeah, Questfire seems to be the one setting all the different rallies here. Power-wise, 25.7 billion. And again, they have the same kind of scenario going on. They are all running, jumping, going into there as fast as possible. Francisco, I've got you. I'll make sure that's sent across. So, yeah, we've got all the different people going into there at super, 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 super quick speeds. Trying to get my words out too fast there. We've got another idea as well. I will share that. Like I say, again, I'm hoping it's just a screenshot that maybe I can take of all the different IDs to be able to do that. We've got 69 people in the house. Incredible. I was expecting to be here alone with my lonely self and just one person watching. So I do thank all of you, all the 69 of you, for so far battling with me to stay with me while I'm looking at this. Now, I do know there's a little heart icon. I genuinely don't know if that little heart icon, and keep tapping on it, and sends loads of hearts. I don't know if it does anything. So every so often I'm just doing that. Oh, and I just noticed my phone is dying, which is the last thing I need because I won't be able to see any comments. So let me get that phone on charge. Danny, I've got your ID. So yeah, the score detail. We don't know where we are, do we? Let's have a look. Eagles have hit the million, so they are now on 1060. Stallion are on 797,000. I said they were coming back at Lion, and it really did look like that. Bear, look at that, 670,000. Could be one of the biggest comebacks that we've seen, to be honest, because it was literally 10 minutes ago I was looking at Bear, completely counting them out. So I'm assuming that someone from Bear has joined the party and is now literally, it must be, it's Old Man Chris, I reckon, 85,000. I'm imagining he is someone who is big and strong for them. Because like I say, at the start of the event, they were completely out of it. And now all of a sudden, they're only 56,000 points behind Lion. So an incredible comeback for them. Lion are on 726,000. And from a first point, can I scroll the score? Yes, I can. So we've got Blue Plague on 127,000. We've got Crown on 113. Svarog on 105. Ali Bra 99. We've got Bonnie on 96. Robin Hood 93. I'm assuming that's Ira 88. Old Man Chris 85. Shondo 81. MD Kent we've got on 79,000. Portman Square 77. Jim 71. Scrubbered Up is on 71. Jenna Boone 59. So the scores drop a little bit there. We've also got 6288, and now I will scroll down with the rest of them in the hope that you do see your score or whatever score you were searching for and the person that you were looking at in particular. So we are now down into the 30s, and if I keep scrolling down, hopefully I'm not scrolling too quick, we're now down into the plus 50s, the people who are 50th and beyond. And we've got a few people there. And remember, in these events, even 59th place tester with 20,000, every little bit counts, every little bit helps. And the idea in this is to try and get is to not be negative. That's the idea here. Creative Dissent, I've got that idea. Is to not be negative, or certainly be as close to not being negative as possible. And, you know, if you are able to do that... I'm sorry, I'm just reading that comment. We had server versus MD Kent, but that was before she started to invest 50k in the game. She just, in this game, lots of laughs, she just had like 8 billion power K40. So there you go. And that's crazy, isn't it? You don't think it's real, but it absolutely is. The money that people spend on all these games is crazy. It really is. If you've made one of these games, if you are an Evony, if you are a Lord's Mobile, you can't believe it. There you go. So we're down to 98th. 98th place, Lord Ish on 2,703 points. I will scroll back up as well in the hope that you do see your scores there, or your teammates' scores there, if that's who you are following, and how they are getting on. I did notice someone was saying about Roma earlier. I didn't notice them in the list, but maybe I've missed them, because that name seemed to be popping up a lot, didn't it, Roma? So I'm just going to scroll all the way back up, and hopefully whoever you are supporting, whoever you are looking for, they are being shown. No problem at all, Lindsay. I'm glad that could be of help to you. And whoever you're following, I hope they're doing really, really well as well. KHL3, I've got your ID, don't worry about that. We've got that sorted. And let's go, and some names you can't say. Number 26. So we've got some other ones as well. And we go all the way back up. And now what I'm going to do is actually click off this and click back into this to get a updated score. And you can now see Lion have now gone into last position with 756,000. Bear on 840,000. Like I say, doing epic comebacks. Liverpool, Barcelona springs to mind for me for that one. And we got Stallion on 934,000. And we have Eagle pulling away somewhat, almost 300,000 points ahead. And you can see Blue Plague is also pulling away in first place. So, who are you following? Who are you looking at? What teams are you looking at? Let's have a look at these rallies being set again. It's gone a little bit quiet with the lines The green lines and the white lines seem to have calmed down. I wonder genuinely who is spending the most heal speed ups and is it resources in this? Perhaps not. Maybe just healing that you need. But yeah, it's just crazy. It does genuinely seem to have just calmed down a little from what it was looking like 10 minutes ago. But like I say, that comeback by the Bears is incredible, and they are actually chasing down Stallion now. It's incredible. It's one of those where I need to see how far behind they were, because that's crazy. That is that, you know, their comeback is almost to the point where they've gone from last place and completely out of it. I'd completely ruled them out to now almost being in second place. Certainly catching them up very, very quickly. And we've got the Duke as well, so I'm assuming the Duke. Let's go and have a look at the Bears on the battlefield map. I think they were... it looks like people have moved. So we've got all of these down here. Let's go and look at our lot first. So let's go and have a look at what's going on here. So this is the Eagles, and again, the rallies are still going crazy here. There's no denying that. And it now looks like we've got a bear battle. So it's like Bear versus the Eagles. And Karen, I've got your ID. And another one supporting Roma. Roma, you are very, very popular. Whoever you are being watched and being supported by your fans. What else? Some of these castles are cool, aren't they? They really are. Old Man Chris. That's a pretty cool castle, isn't it? So, what else we got? We got Blue Plague has started an alliance war on King Cobra again. I bet I can't even click on it. It's going to go that quick. Total troops, power. Let's have a look at the power in this. 826 million. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. We can't see that anymore. Yeah, Bear. What are you doing? How are you doing this? Oh, King Cobra. King Cobra got hit. He really did. 1662 is Roma. That's the server that we're looking at there. Yeah, definitely. Looks like we've got a few of the 1662 in the house. And they are definitely rooting for Roma. So, you know, I don't know who Roma is, but I'm supporting you. I feel like that we've connected, and now I'm fully supporting Roma as well. So we've got Bear doing that. Let's go and have a look if Bear have caught up. Less than 40,000 now to catching up Stallion. And I think the writing is on the wall. Sometimes you can't believe the story that's unfolding before you, because I'm there like that. I'm looking at Bear and thinking they're completely out of it, and they really, really are not. I'm going to go back to the score details again, because I want to find Roma on the list. Where's Roma? What position is Roma in? I didn't see them. 1662 I'm looking for, isn't it? 1662. Where are you, Roma? Someone tell me their position. What position are they in? Nope. I have to remember as well, there is a delay with what is being sent from me talking to it actually filtering through to you guys on the other side. So, yeah, Roma, still looking. I've probably missed them, haven't I? Sorry, I've gone quiet. I've gone quiet because I'm trying to concentrate. Sometimes I'm there, I'm looking at these things, and I scroll, and I'm not actually taking in what I'm looking at. So, yeah, if someone in the comments can just shout out where they are and what position they're in, and then I can give them a big shout out. So, Eagle, Bear, let's have a look at how fast you were setting your rallies. Ooh, looks like some people were teleporting really quick to get away from wherever they were being attacked. 30 billion K42. I wonder if we've got any reports yet. Let's have a look. I'm just going to scroll down really quickly. Doesn't look like we're getting anything in there. Can't see anything. maybe it's one of them again that I just can't see them reports. I genuinely don't know. I've not done this before, but for whatever reason, we can't get any decent look at a report to see what kind of buffs are going on, what kind of troop count people are having. All I do know is that I'm seeing 42s and 43s, 44s. There's one right there that are in flames, burning. And if you're a 44 and you're burning, let's have a look at this particular person here. Oh, can I not click on them to see their... Doesn't look like it, does it? Arnoldas. I've got you. Your ID. Yeah. So, yeah, it's correct. Why can't I click on... Oh, it's interesting, those. Maybe... Oh, there we go. It's alright. I'm clicking buttons. It's not really working for me. Okay. Arnoldas, you've removed your ID. I hope that's because you've got it in wrong and you're going to put in your new one. So, let's see how quick. Have they made it all the way yet? Oh, they've actually dropped again. There's a little bit of a pull away for Stallion. They were getting chased down massively quick by Bear, but now they are 103,000 ahead. So they've managed to pull a little bit away, and I'm assuming that's down to the fact that someone probably pretty decent has been zeroed, I would imagine, in there. That's quite a significant pullback. Lion, 942,000. They're still going. I'm not counting anyone out. I'm not counting anyone at all out. 1 hour 20 to go. You genuinely don't know if there's someone big and powerful who hasn't yet joined that will be coming to the party later. So, and I think that's the combat that happened with Bear is telling me that nothing is set in stone yet. Oldman Chris has now taken the lead into first place from Bear, 177,492 blue play. So Oldman Chris is definitely doing some good stuff here with Bear as well. So it looks like they are still pushing very much. Again, we can see how fast the rallies are joining. I don't even get a chance to have a look at this stuff. Super quick. Okay. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to leave it on there. How is 1598 TKG doing in Eagles? Let's have a look. Score detail, Eagles. Can't actually click on individually, but 1598. I'm not sure if you're noticing this as I'm scrolling down. Hopefully that can help you out. I'm not seeing anything yet, but again, that might be down to the fact that I've missed it. But what I do know is Eagles are doing really well. There's TKG, 39th place. 46,227 is the shout out for TKG for 1598, and hopefully that is a decent score that will help them in reaching semi-finals. What are we doing? Where are we at? Oh, that's what I was doing. I am going to go and get a drink. So I am going to go and, again, leave you on the centre of Blue Plague and watching all them rallies. I'll literally be 5 minutes, and then I will be straight back to the battle. Okay, I'm all refreshed, I think, and ready to go back into the battlefield and the scores. So you might have noticed the scores. I put them up while I was just making myself a cup of tea. And Eagle seems like they're pulling away again, doesn't it? 400 odd thousand ahead. Lion have really dropped out. They are now on 121. Bear 1447. They almost look like they're making a comeback, and then all of a sudden they're not. But I think they've done impressive to get where they were, especially after the slow start that they had. Blue Plague is leading the way. It looks like Blue Plague and Oldman Chris from Eagle and Bear respectively are fighting it out for that first place. Although Robin Hood is not too far behind on 188,000. Let's scroll down the scores again just so that you can see your people that you might be supporting. Got MD Kent there. I'm sure I've seen that name earlier. 138,000. We've got a few others as well. I'm not going to shout out the names, but if you can see your name there, then that is fantastic. Or if the person you're supporting. So we've also got a couple of comments as well. Rasputin has said, we are quite young server, 1845, and they're rooting for Leon. Oh, hang on, I can't see that. Leonidas. I don't know if I said that right. He's the running engine of the squad. And then ByZQ has said that you don't need to worry about that. Apparently, we are getting different leagues, which I believe is the case. A couple of IDs there from Lindsay and Philomena, which I have, and I will make sure are sent to Evony. Now, what I will say as well, you might have noticed that I've got a bit of a squeaky chair in the background. It's not. It's. I think it's had its day, and I need to consider getting rid of this chair, but just in case you are hearing that squeakiness going on in the background, that is the reason for that. Let's continue down the scores. So we've got Zodiac there. I'm just going to shout out a few names. I won't shout number 32 out. We've got Crazy. We've got Vindictive. Evil Monkey. As I said, all these little scores help. Sapphire Sky, 55,000. Got the Texas Rambler, 46,000. We've got Scooby-Doo Papa. I don't know if I said that right. 44,000. We've got Patton, 40,000. We've got Orca, 38,000. You never know, I might be shouting out your name. I might not be shouting out your name. I might be shouting out someone you're supporting, or I might not be. I don't know. Go Leonidas. I'm genuinely terrible at pronunciations. Leonidas. I don't know. But that's what we are shouting for there. We're rooting for him. We're rooting for him all the way. And let's hope that he can continue doing as awesome as they are so far. We've got some other ones as well. We've got Ragnar. We've got Yakin. We've got I Am Sam. Shambhava. And like I say, these smaller scores that we're seeing as we come down to the bottom doesn't mean that they're not important, because they all help. When you consider if you were in the Stallions and you know these little scores, these smaller scores are 16,000 and stuff, all go towards, and it looks like we only see, it must be 98 people are competing. Lord Ish server 1690 must have got zeroed very, very early on, and they are no longer participating. But they all do count, all these scores. They really, really do. And Eagle have now gone over the 2 million. Stallion 1589. Again, like I say, it's a real battle. That one seems to be the really close battle is between Stallion and Bear for second and third respectively. And they are both really putting in a decent effort in trying to do that as well. We've got 67 people in the chat. I really do appreciate all of that, all of you for being here. And if you could also consider subscribing to my channel, if this is the kind of thing you like. If you like Evony content, I'm doing new videos. I'm fairly new to the game in terms of making videos and things like that. I've been playing Evony for around about 18 months. I'm in server 1429, and yeah, I'm just sharing some videos of Evony related stuff, and hopefully some of that stuff can help out. I'm trying to build a community around it as well. I've got a website called empirebuildacademy.com, and the idea with empirebuildacademy.com is I'm going to be looking at adding all kinds of games, trying to get all information all under the same roof. It's a big project, it's a fun project, and it's something I enjoy doing. But if you really do want to help support me, then subscribing to this channel, letting other people know about my content, I would be extremely, extremely grateful. Let's continue to have a look at the rallies that are going on. So this is Eagle, and they are close to Bear, as you can see here. We've got Bear, Portman Square. What's your power at the moment? 11.8 billion as a 45. I would imagine you've lost some power there. I would love to see the amount of heal speed ups that are being used today. When you think of all them different rallies, that was a name shouted out. That was shouted out earlier, wasn't it? I can't say it. I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm not going to say it. But you can see that they are there, and they are. I can't click on them because they are. It seems like when you're zeroed, you can't click on them. I'm not sure. We've got another ID there, a couple of IDs there from Rasputin and Brew English. I've got an English brew right now, actually, right next to me. I do love a good English cup of tea. We make it the best. It's as simple as that. Okay, what else do we have? Shall we have a look at the battlefield map and see who's owning the territories, the buildings? Although the buildings seem to be one of those things I find, especially when I'm in BOG and BOC, and being one of the smaller people, 2.8 billion, which I'm planning on reducing. I find occupying buildings can leave you prone to fast attacks, fast rallies, and I find it very difficult. I personally don't go into them because with my size, I'm one of the first contenders to be rallied. So I like the opportunity of being able to jump around. So I don't go in the buildings that often. I really don't. What do you guys do? Are you someone small? Do you go in the buildings? Or do you literally just jump around the map and try? What I try to do is basically encourage people to hit me on a solo. That's where I'm at. I'm a trap account. I'm building that trap account up. I've also done some videos on what I'm doing and where I'm at, so you can go and view them. And I'm trying to get the advice from the Evony community on what is the best to do. And currently, I'm 2.8 billion. But the reason I'm 2.8 billion is because I have a few high-tier marches in the 14s and the 13s that I'm considering getting rid of. I have over 5 million mounted T13 plus, and I think it's too much, and I think I need to reduce that if I want to be even more. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm really undecided. So if you've got an idea behind that and behind the trap account, would you be getting rid of your high tier troops even though you've obviously played resources into them in the first place? I'm never going to be an attacker. The server that I'm on, 1429, is too old a server to be facing anyone where I can realistically be thinking of attacking them. So that's not what I'm going to be doing. I can take that 5 minutes off. I'm back with my cup of tea. I'm all good. Oh, that's an interesting comment there. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking reduce it. That's exactly what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking like I was sort of planning to be an attacker. That didn't go right because we then had a server merge. Originally we were 1525. Then we moved to 1429 and merged with them. That then put me on the back foot in terms of growing. And then I realised very, very quickly, and I'm sure a lot of you people out there have also realised as well, is that to be an attacker on this game Someone mentioned earlier that someone has played £50,000 into this game, and I can absolutely believe it. If you wanted to be one of these blue plagues, or let's go back to the scores, if you want to be an Oldman Chris, or a Portman Square, or an Ali Bra, you're spending a lot of money. You really, really are spending a lot of money, and I'd like to think and I'd like to hope that people are spending within their means. That's what I've done. But I've realised now that I'm at a stage where I just can't grow anymore in respect of being an attacker. And the T15 that you were talking about is something that's probably quite far off from me. I'm a Castle 38. I've got Castle 39. Keep 39 building. And beyond 39, it's 40, isn't it? You get T15. And I've been told as well, even when you get to 40, to then go and spend the resources on the T15, I just think, just call him Leo. That's what I need to do, isn't it? Just call him Leo. That's what I need to do is accept that I'm a trap account, but if I'm going to be a trap account, be a proper trap account and do everything that's related to that, and that's reducing march sizes to reduce overall power. What else have we got here? I'm just having a look in the comments. My phone is on charge. We're 1774 and Blue Plague. Oh, how do I get rid of that? There we go. Killed us in challenge with his second 100 billion account. Ouch. Every challenge round we had a K44, 45 enemy. This was so frustrating with one K40 at that time. And yeah, I've read that comment out. Can you tell us if Leo learning is in the top 20 of Eagle? We've got to know if he's making it to the next round. Well, I can tell you that the last I checked, let's have a look. Let's count it up for you. One, we've got 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's in 11th place currently. He is in 11th place. And 60, 70 billion each for stable barrack, etc. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not going K40. That's just silly, that is. That really is. I'm going to become... I think doing this today has made me realise that for me to have my fun, for me to be involved in this, I can join the odd rally here and there. I'll keep something back for that. But I think I'm going to make my points by being a T1 trap. That's it. I haven't got enough of the T1 though. I think the last count at 270 million. And I know I need more T2 and T3. T2, I think I've got 80, and T3, I think I've got 25. So there's a lot there for me to do on that. Let's have a quick shout out of the scores. We've got Eagle 2.2 million. Stallion on 1.8 million. They pulled away a little bit from Bear, who are on 1.5 million. And Lion are actually catching up Bear. They're in now 1.52. So that second and third battle has now sort of pulled apart. And we're now back to the third and fourth battle for how things are going on as well. What we got here? I agree. Reduce your tier cav if you want to be pure defense. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I will jump back to this quickly. I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. I don't actually know if I can see what it is as a spectator, but let's just show you. So T14, I've got 3 million, and I've got 1 million of the T13 and 1 million of the T12, which is a bit random, but I think it's a case of and a time now to reduce them down. And same with the other marches as well. I've got Archer March, 1.9 million, 658,000, 3 million. Now, I think I don't need the high tiers because everyone goes T12 anyway when they're sending for attack. So that's again somewhere else that I can reduce it. And on ground, 2.1 million. But someone was telling me that you should keep ground as a top tier troop. If you don't agree with that, then please do let me know in the comments. Apologies. Okay. So yeah, to be a pure T1 trap, I don't know if I should have any high tier marches, I guess. I shouldn't have any really, should I? I should be just literally at the very minimal layers all the way down and just building those T1, T2, T3 mounted. Is that right? Have I got that right? Scores 2.2 million, Stallion 1.9 million, Bear 1.59 million, Lion 1.574. That second, third, and fourth battle is definitely heating up. We've got lots of castles, buildings being occupied, but again, as I said, for me personally, if I'm doing that, unless you're high power and you're not going to get zeroed instantly, I wouldn't be entering into that. Let's have a look how quick Eagle are building rallies. Are they still going hell for leather? They probably are. We can see that Blue Plague is the one running all of these different rallies here. And again, let's see how quick we've got. Blue Plague started on alliance. Let's see how quick I can get in there. The power that is being sent to this, what are we on now? We are 121 million. It went quick. Seems like a lot of people are losing troops, and that power has drastically dropped from what it was earlier. And I'm assuming as well, we've got a few level 40s and a few level 42s as well within Eagle that now seem to be zeroed and perhaps not actually putting too much into this. Let's have a look at Bear, and this is Bear here, and we can see Portman Square on Castle 45 with 11.7 billion power. Seems to be the one setting rallies for that. Who else do we have? Let's have a look. Let's go back to the battlefield map. And let's have a look at where else other people potentially are. Is there anyone over here? Let's have a look. It doesn't look like... Oh, it's taken a while, actually. I just noticed, actually, in the background that the graphics are taking a while. So the rally hall, I would imagine there's... I mean, maybe there is no one there. Maybe that is the reason. Let's go across to this building here and see if anyone is doing anything from here. And it does. Oh, there we go. We've got Stallion, and they're flying with their rallies still putting it up at incredible speeds. Yeah, like 10 to 50k layers for the mounts. Yeah. Well, at least I've learned one thing today, and one thing is that I need to do more in reducing my power. Just to show you as well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see this, but I will show you another person in my alliance. So let's just have a look in here. Oh, I'm forgetting what I'm doing. I don't think I can see my alliance. Must be because because I'm streaming the account that kind of information can't be seen, so I can't see any of that information. But what I do know is we've shared a few messages on what, how, and where to do things. And if I go right up to the top and I'll go to Caffrey, he is a level 40 keep. Oh, he is a level 40 keep, and he has that in his name, level 35, to tempt people into attacking him, and he's only 1.5 billion. He's only 1.5 billion, and that for me is the kind of trap account that I need to be as well, although I'll only be a 39. Let's go back to the battlefield map. Let's go over here, continue to see what is going on, and it feels like it's now slowing down. I don't know if anyone else is feeling that as well, but it really does feel like that we're now getting to the stage where the rallies aren't as frequent. I think the score detail, if we go and check that, everyone seems to be sort of set in their place. Lion have now overtaken Bear again. So that was a comeback, and then that comeback has now gone the other way. We've got Stallion on 2024, although Eagle and Stallion have done all right, haven't they? They've Stallion have kept with them, and every time Eagle pull away by like 400,000, 450,000, Stallion then reduce it. So, with 47 minutes of the battle, is there anything that we're going to see there changing? I'm not sure. Interesting comment there, David. You'll need some troops if you're a trap and server age, so keep your T14 to T10 ranged. They do a lot of killing during defence. Ground isn't wise, in my opinion. Interesting one. Again, I'm not sure, because someone told me that I need to keep ground. So it's interesting that you said, in your opinion, you wouldn't. It's one of those where, you know, I'm not questioning you. I'm not saying that the other person was right, but there's definitely some conflict in what higher tiers that I should be keeping. So I'm not going to make the decision immediately. I think I'm going to continue letting people give me their advice before making my final decision on what it is that I'm going to be getting rid of. Let's go back to the game. And is there anyone going to make any moves at all? Let's have a look at the score detail and have a look at Blue Plague is 267. Oldman Chris is 251. Ali Bra 244. They've been in the top three pretty much for most of the event. And there's another interesting comment by ZQ. Grand is pretty solid in defence, in my opinion. They don't die that quick like mounts or sieges. Grand is the first to die in a ground attack. Interesting. Like I say, this is exactly what I want from the Empire Build Academy, is people not saying that the other person is wrong, but just having a good old-fashioned debate as to what is better and what is not. And that's what I always say on my videos. I always say, you know, no one's wrong. We're only giving an advice. We're only giving advice. And then once we've got that advice, everyone then can make their educated decision on what they're going to do. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm listening to David. I'm listening to ByZQ. I'm listening to other people that are giving me advice in my server. And then, of course, there's Reddit as well as other awesome YouTube channels that do a similar thing. And there's just all that advice. I'm going to gather it all. And then once I've got that information, I can then decide on what it is I'm doing. As I said, I've got Caffrey, who's a level 40 1.5, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have anything high tier. Need to go back and double check the conversation, because I'm sure he said he kept ground back. I'm not sure. I need to have a look. But again, that's what it is. That's what is the beauty with this particular game, is there's so much science behind the method of what we're doing. Can you see if Baby Lady is in the top 20, please? Stallion. Let's go and have a look. We're looking for Baby Lady. Right, Baby Lady, Stallion. We've got one there. Ali Bra. Jim is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and there's the 20. And where is she? Baby Lady. Unless I missed it. Genuinely, don't quote me. Don't take what I'm doing here. No, I must have missed. Baby Lady, yeah? In Stallion. Let me check that again. Maybe I missed it. Did anyone notice? Did anyone notice that I'd gone completely past it? Or is there a potential of a name change? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Yeah, so I'm not, unless I'm being crazy and I'm missing this. And if someone is noticing in the comments, please do shout out. But I'm not noticing Baby Lady. Also, I was annihilated last night by Trap Keep. No gens, all traps, only subs. Again, I love having these conversations. And also as well, Evony are clever, aren't they? Because when you think you've mastered it, when you think you've got everything the way you need it, Then all of a sudden a new general comes out. All of a sudden a new piece of equipment comes out. A new champion comes out. And then you have to start thinking about it all over again. And I just want to show you actually what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go quickly back into the account. So these are my main generals. Let me show you my main generals. So these are my sub-generals, which I showed earlier. And I think they are pretty decent. Obviously they could be better. But unless I'm paying thousands and thousands, and that's not going to happen. But these are my main generals, so let's go to the favourites. And for my, so I've got Queen Boudica, she's a 5-star. Marcus Agrippa, 5-star. I've got Napoleon Prime. That was one of the times when I was spending a little bit of money, managed to get him. And then I got Lujan. Siege is Stephen II, but I am doing something different with that, and I'm going to mention that in a minute. But Lujan, I should be able to get 5-star because he is part of the Trial of Knights. So I'm hoping that he sticks around for another event or two, and then I think I can make that 4-star. Don't know exactly where I'm at. I've got 15. I also know I've got another 30, so I've got 45. So still a bit of a way to go before I can make Lujan a 5-star. But what I am doing is in my items now. Obviously, I didn't have a decent siege general, but I'll make a decision nearer the time. But I am saving all of my tokens, so my premium tokens. I've got 11. Oh God, sorry. I've got 11 of them at the moment. Epic Historic General Premiums, and I'm going to save that until I get to the 70s and 80s. I've mentioned it before. It's a brilliant way to go 5-star on a particular general, and who knows, maybe that when I get to those 70s and the 80s, they bring out a new defense general that's better than Queen Boudica, and I can do something even better. Just a thought process. Maybe instead of going after that siege general, who I'm not going to really be joining many rally attacks via them, that maybe at some point they're going to bring out a new defense general. It's going to be pretty decent, and yeah, that could be a thing I'm doing. Let's go back to the score details. Is there anything changed? Lion are back ahead of Bear, 1850, and also pulling away a little bit. We've got Stallion on 2224, actually closing a little bit on Eagle. That's interesting with 39 minutes to go. Eagle on 2437, Stallion on 2224. There's now only 213,000 in it. And I tell you something, that there, Eagle versus Stallion, is the kind of thing Evony love. Because people are going to be saying, oh my God, we're close actually. We're not too far away. And again, same with people in their positions and what position they're in. Yeah? These all tempt people into spending all those healing, using all those healing speed ups to get their troops back, etc., etc., which is again another brilliant way for Evony to make some beautiful money. And that's the nature of these games. So, you know, at the end of the day, no one can complain. That's what we do. That's why we play them. We know what we're doing before we start out. But it's still very clever. Very, very clever. And I can imagine, as I said, even with just this one here, where we don't have necessarily... Oh, look at that from Blue Plague. Wow. Don't necessarily have the biggest and the strongest in this, but there will be a load of healing speed ups being used in this, and there will be across all the different ones. Look at that again, Blue Plague rally being set, and it's going super quick, because there will be more rallies because people are healing, and because people are healing, that leaves more opportunity for people to be zeroed. We have another comment. Let's have a look. You can do either. It depends on how people hit, in my opinion. I'm a K40, 3K attack buffs, and I just know, hang on, what trap hurts me to hit. Skinny layer traps with higher T14, 11 range for defense and T1 cav wall. Again, interesting. Take that on board. Yeah, Blue Plague. What a beautiful castle that is. With the, I'm assuming, dolphins kind of look. Anyway, it's a beautiful castle skin and I'm jealous. That's it. And the rallies are still going super quick. 36 minutes to go. Eagle It's almost under the 200,000. Blue Plague is on 285. Ali Bra seems to be coming to the party for Stallion on 273. So I'm assuming there must be. Yeah, they absolutely are. They really are. They're going through crazy amount. I know. I remember when I was, when I do BOC and BOG, that only as a 2.8 billion keep, with not much in there. And when we had these close battles, it was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna heal some here, and for me it was crazy. So if you imagine if you're a 20 billion keep, and you're suddenly having to heal all those troops. Oh, I can imagine it'd be crazy. Who's done it? Is there anyone out there that's actually done it? That's a big keep, and what kind of speed ups are you having to use to get yourself back in the game? It'd be really interesting to know. Like I say, I know it feels quite harsh when I'm doing it, and I'm nowhere near the size of these people, especially of the level 43s, 44s, and things like that. And we have seen, without doubt, the level 40s and the 41s, I think they've all been zeroed. But I'm seeing 43s and 44s being zeroed as well. So, and again, where are Stallions? Because they are really pushing this now, aren't they? Let me just go back to the rally hall and see if any of these people are there. Okay. Because there's no denying that Stallion are having a go. I would have thought they would have been pretty close to them, to be honest, but let's have a look. Have we got anything here? This is Stallion here. There they go. Let's have a look at their rallies. Who did we say was setting them? We said it was Ali Bar, I believe, if I was not mistaken. Let's go back to the score detail. Ali Bra. Okay, so yeah, they're still really trying on this, aren't they? They really are. I can't see Ali Bra there actually, unless I've missed it. Oh, okay. There you go. We was waiting for the screen to catch up. So Ali Bra, level 45, detail 32.3 billion. He's still very, very much in this game. Looks like he is really going to go and try and push this battle to the limit. And I think also as well, it's one of those dangerous scores, isn't it? Let's go back to the score detail. It's one of those dangerous scores where you go, we're only 200,000 behind. Can we catch them? Can we get first place? And it tempts you in. You think you've done this much work to get to where you are, that you're now thinking, hang on a minute, let me spend that extra and push. And again, if you are in a position where you need to rise one or two places to get into the semi-finals and the final, you're also going to do it as well. That's exactly what it is. You're going to be doing that. People are saying, I'm assuming, if I'm not mistaken, because I've not done this before, but obviously hearing people talking about the top 20, I am assuming that to go to the semi-final, that is something that's playing a part in this, is it? What requirements are needed to go through to the next round? For a single march, 400 days. Last time I was dead in challenge from Blue Plague, I guess I was around 4 billion power. That time, and I needed like 10,000. 10,000 days. That's crazy. Looks like Raman's getting hit over here. We can see the red line. Or is that sent? I can't tell. So what else have we got here? We have Ali Bra. Is the score getting any closer? It is. It's less than 200,000. Less than 200,000. You are going to be tempted in. And also, Blue Plague, 298586. Ali Bra, 287836. They're both pushing each other now to be the first place. So this is really, really heating up with 32 minutes to go. And this battle is definitely not over. Eagle have been in first place from minute one. From minute one, Eagle have been in first place. and everyone else has been playing catch up. And it looked at one stage that Stallion and Bear were going to fight it out with each other for second and third. But now all of a sudden, it looks like Bear are now falling away. Doesn't look like their scores are improving much as we go forward. Lion have now gone over 200,000 ahead of Bear, and then Stallion are they keep climbing. They're getting closer and closer to Eagle. This is getting really, really, really close between both of these. And Blue Plague and Ali Bra are obviously at the front of the queue in making this happen for each of the teams. But which one is going to do it? Let's have a look at the buildings. See, in the buildings, we've got a lot of blue that's going on there, which means that is Eagle that are occupying all these buildings, because that's who I am a part of. In terms of the Constantinople, we've got this guy here who's hiding. Has he got anything? 2.5 billion? I'd imagine something's in there, surely. I won't get involved. I won't get involved. Okay, so, and he's part of a lion, I believe. Anything else? No, understandably the chat is going a little quieter as well as we get to the final bit. You can imagine, actually, this is my first time I've ever done anything like this. And I've been streaming since 12 o'clock because I got times wrong in terms of when the event started. I was actually an hour early in what I believe was the time. So we're now at half 3, 3.5 hours into the stream. Can we please see the Bear Group player results? When I went into the results, genuinely, I can't click on any one individual. So it's a case of looking for the person that you are after and sort of adding it up yourself. I've got some sound problems. What's wrong with the sound? I genuinely can't hear. So what kind of sound problems are we talking? Is it because I'm too far away from the microphone, maybe? Maybe I was trying to kick the microphone a little bit away from me, but that'll be interesting to know. But yeah, back with the Bear Group, I need to know what the sound problems are, because it's pointless me talking unless you can genuinely hear me. So I'll wait for all of you to sort of give me that heads up. I've got a decent microphone, so there shouldn't be any problems with that. So just holding fire, just while ByZQ talks to me about the sound problems. And if anyone else is having the same problem as well, please do let me know. Vlada, you can hear Sharon, thank you. Vlada, I'm going to go and have a look at the Bear Group results now. Is there anyone in particular that you're looking for? And then we can sort of add up and see where they are. Let's go back to the score detail in the meantime. I don't know, there's some kind of echo on my stream, but maybe it's me. Interesting. Anyone else having any kind of echo? I'm just wondering if there's something that may be going on in the background. See, what I've done is I've muted everything. So I've got my phone, I've got my PC, which is what I'm streaming on, and they are all muted. But sometimes there can be a distortion of sound of kind. And I remember before I was doing this, and someone turned around to me and said, "Oh, it's only coming through the one earphone." And then I realised that I was actually streaming with this lovely microphone that I've got. Echo here as well. You got echo as well. That's not good. It's not what I want. I'm not sure as to why that is. And also as well, it's really difficult. What I'm going to do is I am going to go and listen to this on the PC to see if I can find out what the actual problem is, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, so I went and did some sound checks in the back, and when looking at it myself, unfortunately, I'm not seeing or hearing, should I say, any echo. So I'm not sure on the reason why that's happening. So I do apologise, but from my end, it's everything seems normal. And when I was listening to it on playback on my PC, it was playing back normal. So I'm not sure on that. I do apologise. I haven't got any more information on that, but that is unfortunately where I'm at. Let's have a look at the scores, and it's still under 200,000 between Eagle and Stallion in first and second. Lion, I've now pulled away a little bit from Bear in 1-8. Bear with 1832, and also can we see the Bear group player results? Oh, it sounds better now. Thank you. I'm not sure what that was. That might have, I mean, it genuinely could have been something interfering with mine. Tyler, we are looking for. Let's go and have a look for Tyler in Bear. Okay, so let's go to score detail, and I'm looking for, and we're looking in Bear. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Did I miss that? Again, I will check again. You said Bear, didn't you? Definitely Bear. Can we check and see the Bear group player results? Maybe I missed, or maybe name change. Let's go and have a look at that again. 1, 2. I'm just going to double check. I'll keep this in my head this time rather than casing it out loud. And I'm looking for Tyler. No, I genuinely can't see Tyler. So unfortunately I can't answer on that one. Or could it even be it's in a different server? I'm not sure. But I genuinely can't see anything in there. Because remember there are other battles going on around as well. That I believe are all Eagle, Stallion, Bear and Lion. And it's all based on the server that you are from. I don't know. I genuinely didn't see it there. So it could be that it is a name change, possibly. Let's go back to the battlefield map. Let's go over here. It's tight. Do you know what? It's tight between Eagle and Stallion, but I don't think there's going to be enough time for the score to change because they've got to make up 170,000 in 20 minutes, and I think that's just too tough. I just think that's going to be too difficult to pull back, but they certainly made a good fight of it. And let's go and have a look at the scores as well. Let's see who is going to. Let's go and see, and also I've got someone to look for as well. How V and Goku is doing, please, in Stallion. Well, we'll have a look at the scores completely. Ali Bra is now ahead of Blue Plague, and Blue Plague was actually pretty much the whole battle has been number one, but now Ali Bra has come with a late charge and is now winning that. We've got Oldman Chris in third, Putman Square fourth, Angel and Demon, Svarog, Jim, Boomer, Robin Hood, the Duke. I'm going to keep an eye out for V and Goku in Stallion. So if you see the name that you are looking for in terms of who you're supporting, then I hope they are doing very, very well. We've got some more people going down as we continue to finish off who is in the top 50. And it's been a decent battle, it really has. I mean, some of these scores here, 81,000. That's some pretty impressive score, and you're only finishing 46. So you can see just how difficult this particular battle has been for everyone involved. And I can imagine as well, I'd say actually, I don't know which one would be worse, because newer people, more people are perhaps more involved in the game than perhaps some of the older servers. But I don't know. Are some of the older servers also very active? That was one thing that we never had on other games, is how active an alliance would be the older it was. So going down here, I'm just going to finish off these different scores here. So whoever you were looking for, hopefully you've seen their name and they have achieved whatever it was they were looking to achieve, which is top 20, I believe. Someone else, Valerie, is also looking for Tyler too. I don't know if anyone noticed Tyler's name, so please do let me know. If I'll scroll back as well, maybe possibly some name change there, I'm not sure. I didn't notice Tyler myself, but that genuinely could be, as I said before, that I have missed it as we enter into the top 10. And that score hasn't really changed, hasn't really altered. It looks like Eagle and Stallion are going to be first and second. Lion is going to be third. And Bear is going to finish in fourth place. But 17 minutes, maybe a few things could change. Don't think so. I think the gap between all of them is kind of telling me that's where you know, the order that this is going to finish. Eagle are going to finish first, Stallion are going to finish second, Lion third, Bear fourth, and then we have obviously all the individual ones as well. Let's see how active the rallies are. Let's go and have a look at the... 1 second. Let's go and have a look at Eagle and see how their rallies are still going with Blue Plague. Let's see if they set one. So we've got, what have we got here? Just going to have a scroll through the chat as well to see if there's anything in terms of... It doesn't look like it, does it? Just intrigued as to... There you go. The rallies are still being set super quick. And this is a rally here that is being set. 73.1 million power. 8.5 million troops are in this march. And boom, it's gone. So that is incredible as well. Just want to thank all the people that have actually been involved in this stream today. Like I say, I am very new to this, and the Empire Build Academy channel, where I'm doing everything Evony based. It's something that I set up about a month ago. Although I've been working on the website for quite a while, empirebuildacademy.com, and just go and quickly promote my own website, shall I? 1 second. And this is my website, Empire Build Academy. And it's empirebuildacademy.com, and I'm trying to do all kinds of streams and stuff on here. So this is what it looks like, and I'm doing the guides as well, although this is something I'm working on in the background. But you can see that I do have the Evony one as well, and if we was to go down on this and I'll click on heroes, I'm not going to be able to do it in here because it opens up in another page, but I have done a list of all the different heroes and also what their attributes are. I'm looking to do more and more as I go along. It's a work in progress. One of the things that I'd also like to get working is the Tiber forum, but this is something that hasn't taken off yet at the moment. But hopefully, when I can spend a little bit more time on it, I will be able to get that underway as well. And then finally, we also have the Tiber blog, and this is where I'm putting all updated information. And if I click on the Evony one as well, you can see all the different ones that I'm doing there. And I'm trying to keep everything as small and as simple as possible for you to all look at. And that's empirebuildacademy.com. Going back to the stream, look at where we're at. So How long have we got left now? We are down to the final 14 minutes. Scores, like I say, they're really starting to settle, in my opinion. Yeah, Eagle are pulling away again now, because that's now going closer to the 200,000 away. Bear don't look like they're catching Lion, and Lion don't look like they're catching Stallion. Although, one of the interesting battles here is Ali Bra, who looks like the rally setter for Stallion, Oldman Chris, who looks like the rally setter for Bear, and Blue Plague, who is the rally setter for Eagle. They're all having a nice little battle of their own, finishing first, second and third. And it is a tight old battle, it really is. Blue Plague have been top most of the tournament. And then all of a sudden Ali Bra decided to come to the party, and now we now have Oldman Chris as well. That's sort of parts in the middle between the two of them. And that looks like the most interesting battle now from now to the end in the final 12 minutes. Who wants to take the reins as being number one in this particular match? And it's quite a tight battle. What else have we got as well? Let's have a look. The rallies are still going super, super quick. There's still no messing around on that. And obviously the other thing that will be important to a lot of you people out there is how well your respective person that you're supporting today is going. So what I will do is I will just very nice and slowly go down this so that you have a good chance to see who it is that you are following and how well they are doing. And some of the scores are incredible. You know, when you consider 330,000 is the kind of score you need to be challenging in the top three, just says how crazy it is. And just to put things into perspective, I'm not sure what my highest score is, but I probably wouldn't be in the top 300. I reckon, with the kind of scores that are going on here. No, I would. There's a few people down at the bottom that didn't carry it all the way through. We have 99 out of the possible 100 people that are competing. So it was nearly the full amount that took part in this competition, and I would have probably finished last. Let's be honest. I'm gonna keep 38, 2.8 billion. I wouldn't have defended against anyone at all, and I'd have probably got zeroed from a solo attack. I'd love to know what kind of marches these people are sending. I remember before, and I'll go and have a quick look in a minute as well, to one of the attacks that I got on this was someone called Grandpa, and he was a Castle 45. Did we make the 100? No, one lonely person decided not to come here today. But let's go and have a look at one of these reports. I don't know if I've still got it from Grandpa, but let me have a look at it. I did do it in saved. Grandpa, where are you, sir? There you are. So this guy here was 16.1 billion. He's not even as big as some of these people. And I was just absolutely shocked that he was sending a march of 8.5 million. And someone turned around and said that his maximum march earlier, he'd done an attack previous to that, and that was 11 million. And I was like, 11 million march? How do you even get to that stage? And from a buff perspective as well, his buffs were incredible. 4,464%. I think on the one march that he sent against somebody else, it was close to the 5,000, may even have been above. And he's fairly new to the game, was one of the interesting things as well. It's just, again, how much money has Grandpa spent on this game to get to that level? Apparently, he had got all T16 unlocked, a very relatively new server. Incredible. And yeah, as you can see, I didn't get zeroed, but I pretty much did. 4,464% attack. Mine, there's, you can see, with the mounted down here. And yeah, I was debuffing. You know, there's some decent debuffs in there. Just in there, 1289, defense 440, HP 645. Wasn't doing too much, but you know, I tried to hold my own. But that holding my own meant that I lost 1.2 billion versus his 560 million. Although he didn't zero me, and that's why I can keep that one. I can keep that report, and I can frame that later on and say, Grandpa, you zeroed pretty much everyone, but you didn't zero me. And that's sometimes the small wins are what matters. We are back here, 8 minutes to go now. It's getting really close to the end. Probably 200k, yeah, probably. Mental. 200,000. Wow. On a game. Just let that sink in, people. Let that sink in. But yeah, at the end of the day, if you got the money, you got the money. That's, you can't knock any of these people for what they spend if it's within their means. And there are people who can afford to spend crazy monies on these games. I know that there was one. What game was it that I was playing? I'm sure it was Guns of Glory. And the money that was spent in the first couple of weeks was mental to try and even stay with them. It was one of those games that I didn't stick with Guns of Glory because of how much money was being spent in as soon as the server had opened. I noticed another one with Age of Empire, which has recently come out as well. And that was something else where, again, they'd very much made it pay to win. And the pay to win, the people that were paying. And they were paying some big bucks. They really were. Let's have a look at the score detail. Is that first, second and third getting hotter? No, it isn't. Although Blue Plague has now moved back into second. But Ali Bra is moving away. And the score is less than 140,000. Still don't think it's enough time there to maybe making a comeback though. But yeah, Ali Bra 356,000, Blue Plague 340, Oldman Chris 337, and then we've got Eagle on 2.8 million, Stallion on 2.7. We have Lion in third on 2.3, and in last place, but still a remarkable achievement, I'm sure, is Bear on 2 million. Let's go down the scores again, nice and slowly. Hopefully you can see the person that you are supporting, and the person that you are supporting has made it to whatever targets they had set themselves. So I will continue down. I will show the whole list, and hopefully you can see who it is. And yeah, so 6 minutes to go in this battlefield. Do you feel that the right team has won? Was it the team that you was expecting from the beginning, with the power and the troops and the amount of people that were being active? Has the right team won? I think Eagle have literally been first from the moment it kicked off, and it looked like they are going to carry the baton from all the way round, and they are definitely, in my opinion, deserved winners. With the fact that you can't dispute that they haven't been challenged, although Stallion have put in a late charge to try and make it more interesting. That's what's happened here. Unfortunately, we didn't get the full 100 out of 100 either. We only got 99, unless someone randomly comes in at the end to make it the 100 out of 100. It'd be interesting to know what has happened in the other ones as well. I will be taking a look at some of the other servers and other streams that have taken place. Is there anything going to be interesting in the end though? That's the key. Is anyone going to try and make a dash for anything in regards to what they're doing? And what I mean by that really is the top three. Blue, are you trying to do anything to come back? Allman, Chris, have you got any interest of pushing Blue for second place? Or are we at the stage now where Ali Bra has said, I am going to be first, no one is going to stop me, and I'm going to take it away and run with it? And that's what I reckon we're at. I reckon the positions we are seeing right now is pretty much where we are going to finish up on. We're going to finish on first, second and third. I can't see much of that changing. And the positions Eagle, Stallion, Bear and Lion are first, second, fourth and third. And that is pretty much where we're at. I just hope, like I say, the people that you were supporting have got a decent score and they've made it through to the next round. That's the key here. That's everyone's objective, is to try and get through to the next round. And I really hope they have. I really do. Do let me know in the comments as well. Genuinely, this is something that's new to me. This is actually my first real live stream I've ever done. And at 46 years of age, it was a long time coming, that's for sure. I'm not someone who is overly confident in doing this kind of thing, but you know, I'm taking it all on board. I'm giving it a go, and I'm actually enjoying it, which is the funny thing. But is there any room for improvement? I know earlier we was talking about the echo on the microphone, and that's something else that I want to have a look at. Is there anything in relation to the stream that perhaps you might have changed? Is there anything in relation to how things looked? Was there anything I could have done different in how I showed things? All I'm interested in on this particular stream is looking to improve one or two things for the next stream that I do so that I can get better. And that is exactly what I will be doing next Saturday and Sunday for the semi-finals and the final. I will be involved for both. I will be looking to do the stream. And like I say, any improvements, any ideas, please throw them at me. Throw some criticism at me. Honestly, I can take it. And just let me find a way to improve what I'm doing in this regard as well. And if you haven't seen my channel before and this is the first time you've come across me, then do have a look at some of the other videos I've made as well. All Evony related content where I'm even doing a Learn Evony Minutes series, which is a series of short style videos that give the new people that perhaps haven't played Evony some tips on how to play. We are 2 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the battle. And there are the scores. 3-4-3 for Oldman Chris in third. 3-5-3 for Blue Plague in second. 3-6-8 for Ali Bra in first. Eagle are away, 130,000 ahead of Stallion. Stallion are nearly 500,000 ahead of Lion. And Lion are 300,000, ahead of Bear. And that looks like where we are finishing with the final minute to go. Congratulations to Ali Bra. I can't see Ali Bra being caught for first place. A score of 368,515. Server 1427. Blue Plague, server 1502. 353,204. And then we've got Oldman Chris, 343,532. Server 1376. And we are very, very close now to the end of this stream. And I can already tell that because we can already see that the few of the people have now left. Like I say, that's absolutely perfectly fine. I hope you enjoyed what I did today for you guys. And yeah, hopefully I will see some of you people next week if you are around. That would be amazing. Honestly, genuinely would. 40 seconds to go. 370 plays 353 plays 344 for first, second and third. And the positions for the Alliance, Eagle are going to win this with nearly 3 million. Stallion are going to be in second with 2.8. Bear are going to finish in fourth, last place 2 million. And Lion are going to finish in third with 2.3 million. Let's have a last quick flick through the scores, going all the way down to the 99 people that have taken part. And you can see with 10 seconds to go, that 10-second timer is now up. And hopefully you have seen, I'm going to have to zoom through this quickly before it throws me out. Although actually, no, it should be all right. Should be able to see it right at the end. But that's the end of the battle. That is All-Star Battle over. And we can see that that was one hell of an achievement. It really was. Let's have a look at the results. So we can officially say Eagle have won. Stallion came second. Lion came third. Bear come fourth. Ali Bra was the top performer in first place with 373,000. Blue Plague second with 353,000. And Oldman Chris was third for the Bears with 348,000. And I will scroll down, and I will scroll down nice and slowly so that you can take a look to see if your person that you were supporting has been successful in making it through to the next round. You can see everything is now disappearing, And yeah, well, it's been enjoyable. It really has. I didn't think I could actually genuinely talk for 4 hours to no one, because like I am talking to you guys out there, but technically that's what I'm doing. I'm not really talking to anyone. I'm just here sat there with a microphone, and I didn't know if it was something I could do, but I have done it. This is the final 39 places as we head towards all 99 people that have taken part. Again, I hope you are seeing the person that you supported, and I hope also as well that you would consider sharing me, Empire Build Academy, and the streams that I've done, and hopefully I will see some of you very, very soon. I'm going to leave that battlefield now. That's me officially out of that, and me officially back to my original count where I can see everything has gone back to normal. I'm going to leave the stream there. Thank you very much for watching, and I will hopefully see you again sometime soon.